So this might be the last thing you'd ever want, but today, the anime chicks right here, they're going to be ranking the red dots for you today. S tier to F tier, bro. We're ranking all the red dots. What's going on? My name's KlingerHQ, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. We're gonna crack straight into it. I'm gonna make a list on all the red dots, what ones I think are good, what ones I think are bad, okay? Nice and easy, quick and simple. We're gonna be taking a look at the Z point first. The first red dot that you unlock. And the Z point used to be the meta. It's still kind of cool. It's a little chunky. It blocks off a little bit, but you know, this is a solid red dot. I took the time, I'm gonna go AFK right in the middle of a gunfight, but I took the time to make this fancy tier maker. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna freaking make a tier maker, okay? So Z point, it's freaking B tier, okay? I don't have an F. The F isn't even showing, so it goes to D. My bad. Moving on to one of the most underrated dots in the game, the EOTECH. XPS 2. The XPS has 2 dots, but the other EOTECH only has 1. They kind of look the same except for that. But these things have great field of view. You can see a lot. They're not zoomed in a whole lot. It's a really clean sight, and honestly, the fact of the matter is, these sights are absolutely beautiful. They're amazing, they're clean, they're simple. This is a normal EOTECH. It's got 1 dot, the XPS 2 has 2 dots. What one do I think's better? The 552 looks worse, just aesthetically, but the XPS has 2 dots, so it's a little confusing. So, they're both really, really good. We're gonna go to our handy dandy tier maker, and looking at the 552, I'm gonna put it A tier, and I think the other EOTECH, maybe I both go S tier with these. I love EOTECHs. I'm a huge fan of the EOTECHs, okay? Sorry, I think they're going S tier. They're going S tier today. I love me a fancy EOTECH. Scrolling down, the third one you unlock is the Delta sight. Delta sight is a hit or miss for some people. Some people don't like the triangle. The triangle gets a little weird. It's a lot cleaner now that you can customize reticles. And that's going to go into the factor of a ton of different guns, okay? The Delta is very good. It works fantastic on the M16s and M4 variants. But some guns, it just looks a little weird. I'm a pretty big fan of the Delta. I used to run it all the time. I don't really anymore. I think it kind of gets a little outclassed. It's in the A tier. Also, guys, if you're new, hit that sub button, because I'm going to post this link for the tier maker in the description, or in the title, or not in the title, oh my gosh, in the comments, something like that, so you'll be able to make a list of it. If you join the Discord, just make a tier list and at me. I want to take a peek at all these, okay? I want to see what your guys' favorite are. Actually, you know what? In the comments, go make a list. What is your favorite ones? Next up, the Mars. Do we even have to use this thing? If you use the Mars, the only people that use the freaking Mars are the people that put it on BFG. It's freaking awful. I hate that. Why would you ever put a Mars on a site? Unless you're like level 5 and don't know any better. Why would you do that to yourself, bro? I hate the Mars site so much. Next up is the mini site. Mini site's a hit or miss. The dot is really massive. So this mini sight is kind of good on SMGs, but it's really hit or miss, okay? So some of these guns I would use... Yo, we got a YouTube sub. Swag, bro. We do a little trolling. But the mini sight is very hit or miss. Honestly, not a huge fan of it on most of the guns. The mini sight, I think it's C. I think it's C. It could be up a little further, but I'm just not a huge fan of it. Comp aim point. Comp aim point is kind of good. I mean, the dot's pretty small. That's what makes it good, but like, it's just got so much like ring. It's got a big, massive ring around it, okay? If the outer ring, like if you could see a little bit better and there wasn't as much black, this would actually be such a good sight. And I still think it's pretty good. It's honestly not too bad at all. It's just blocking so much of your field of view, right? I'm debating B or C. I think I'm going to put it in C. Alright, the next site we're going to be looking at is the PKA. This thing is, it's like a worse comp. Don't get me wrong, I wish it was a lot better. You can press T and you can go full like this, but like who would do that? And honestly guys, the PKA is about as bad as the Mars, so that's D for dog water. If there was an F in there, the Mars would be F and it would be D, but it doesn't mean it's good. Oh gosh, the holy grail of red dots, the reflex sight. Everyone knows the reflex sight is good in Phantom Forces. It has the lowest magnification, thus making it have like the lowish recoil just because the magnification, it feels like there's less recoil. We're putting that up top. That's not even a question, okay? All the sweaty kids use it. It must be good, right? Cobra sight! Kinda underrated. Cobra sight's cool, bro. It works good on guns that have side-to-side recoil. I really think the Cobra sight is underrated in this game. It's pretty swag, man. It's just a cool dot. So we're gonna make it an A tier. It's an A tier. The kaio sight is another fantastic reflex. It shows a little bit more recoil, but this has the best field of view. There's barely any black surrounding the dot. It's just very nice. You got to respect the kaio, bro. The kaio's going all the way up there. S tier. There's some good red dots in this game. Fliad or Piliad. Piliad 3, Fliad 3, whatever you call it. This thing is kind of weird, but kind of cool. It's more like an SMG dot. Some people don't like it. I don't know. I'm kind of iffy about it. I don't think it's that great, but I think it's really unique and it's kind of cool. It's a pretty clean dot, pretty straightforward to the point. You gotta respect it, dude. I think I'm gonna put a B. It's really not bad. It's kind of ugly. Yes, I know, but honestly, it's not bad at all, okay? Alrighty, the Barska Electro. This is the kaio, but with a fancy holographic. I honestly think the kaio is better. I don't see a point in running with this. But, you know, if you like EOTECH, but you want less or better field of view, you know, you can run with this. I am all for using just the dot, and the kaio a lot more straightforward, but you know, you do you. If you like the Barska Electro, you do you, man. It's a great sight. I'm gonna put it as an A tier. Okay, A tier. It's clean, straightforward, to the point. Okay, honestly, one of the more underrated sights in the game, the OKP. This thing, some people don't like the green, and understandably, the green's a little weird. It's a little extreme, but it's fantastic. I mean, it's really straightforward. You can see a lot. It's not hindering your view at all. You can tell where people are. It's very good. I don't know if I'd put it quite S tier. Personally, I think it's S tier, but I think overall A tier. It's a great sight, okay? Next up, we got ourselves the ddhb. This thing is like a plus sight. It's a little bulkier than like a kaio, but it kind of feels the same as a kaio. It's like a mix between a kaio and the reflex as far as like ADS. People like the plus. I personally don't use this that much. I get why people like it, but end of the day, it's just like a makeshift like reflex or something. Like just use a reflex, just use like a kaio, one of the two. There's really no need to run with the Barska Electro. But nonetheless, it's a good sight. I am going to throw it right at the A tier. Okay, we got the DCL, the bulky boy. It's really bulky, but it's the most zoomed out, so it doesn't look like it has recoil. So if you want to make it feel like you don't have as much recoil, you throw this on there. It's pretty hated in the community just because it's like, I don't know. It's just bulky, and I don't know why it's hated, but people don't like people that use it. I'm just gonna throw that up. So use it at your own risk. But the DCL, it's a holographic. I like the sight on it, but just for its backlash, it's gonna be C tier, okay? Alright, I am counting this as like a dot because it kinda is a dot, but it's the homemade. It's the homemade sight. I don't think people use this unless they're memeing around. I don't suggest using this. It's kind of just a joke. They added it at April Fool's. I'm not going to talk about it a whole lot. But it's D. It's a D tier. Obviously. It's kind of crappy. Last but not least, this is kind of the gem in the making. It's the plugin site. And the thing about the plugin site, you go like this, it sucks, right? The normal zoom, it kind of sucks. There's nothing really going for it. It's bulky, it gets in the way and everything. But if you press T, you scope in, and it's like this. It's like this laser scope, and it's zoomed out as a DCL, so you don't see a lot of recoil, and it makes anything feel like a laser. I love this. I have this on my Uzi, and it's like, honestly, kind of cool. And you might hate me for it, but it's gonna be either between B or C for me. I think it's kind of overlooked. We're gonna go C. It's not bad, but I don't know. It's closer to B, but I think for the sake of everything, I'm going C. Anyways, there you have it. There's my list. Obviously, EOTECH, Reflex, and Kaio's up there. A lot of good sights in this game, though. The red dots in this game are actually really perfected, and they're really clean, and you can customize them and stuff, so they're really good. Let me know what you think in the comments. Comment what your thoughts are. Do you think this is a good tier list? Do you think it's not? Let me know. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. We stream on Twitch 6 days a week, and we have a Discord. Link to that will be in the description if you want to go check it out. Otherwise, I'm out of here. See you later. Peace.